Welcome to Mike's Harder Podcast. We're going to tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. I'm Joe.
And I'm Colton.
Tonight we're talking about the Jones Act, which is kind of a forgotten little bullshit piece of legislation. And I'll be honest and up front, I kind of run out of enthusiasm and I ran out of motivation on this one. I already knew what it was, but yeah, I just kind of got bored researching it. What about you, Colton?
I thought some of the information was interesting because I didn't have prior knowledge to it other than what I had talked about with you. But it seemed like it was a lot of the same information over and over again for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere you look, it's all redundant. It just they go over the same the fine principle of this is what it was for. There's a lot of nuances to it though that I had already had previous knowledge to, which is why it was like a thorn in my craw. I was like, I hate this shit. So what did you find out? I'm gonna let you go because
most of what I found was like just basic information about it. Like it was passed in 1920, and the legislation itself made all domestic trade between U.S. ports a must be carried by U.S. flagged ships, and these flags also must be U.S. built, U.S. owned, and U.S. crewed, which has got to be kind of a bitch.
all right. Well, the when it was actually pushed through, other countries, their the shipbuilding capacities were actually coming up to par. So the United States government said, you know what? We want to protect our shipbuilding industry, which was basically on the West Coast. So like Washington, Oregon, California. They're like, we need to protect our ship industry. And then the shipping industry, the shipbuilding industry, kind of fell apart right in the middle as they were passing this shit.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting too. A little statistic that I found when I was researching was that they were making 18 ships a year 50 years ago, and then last year they made one ship.
Yeah.
So it's gone down significantly.
So I'm going to call it what it is. It's the first form of corporate protectionism from the United States government. What this really did was it solidified the shipping industry in the United States would stay afloat, and it made sure that this port in Washington, with whatever American-made ships they could find, were the only ones that were able to carry cargo to Alaska and Hawaii.
Right.
Now, think about how close Alaska is to Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And China is to Asia. They could get their supplies somewhere else.
Right.
But not under the Jones Act.
No.
So, now, just recently, just in the last month or so, I read an article that Alaska has run out of supplies because their main supply ship that would go from Washington up to Alaska is broke down. They can't get parts for it because guess what? There's nobody building ships in the United States anymore.
Yeah, it's not the industry that it was.
No, it's falling apart. So you got a broke down ship, and everybody in Alaska's like, "Where's my motherfucking lettuce?" And the shipping company's like, "It's iceberg. I don't know."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is kind of ridiculous in the fact of what it did to just the shipbuilding industry itself. Another couple of facts that I found was that we used to have 250 ships in the American fleet to take things from, Washington to Alaska or Hawaii or wherever around the U.S. Now there's 90. So it's less than half.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And then there were 450 American shipyards 50 years ago. There's 150 now. I mean, the amount that it has killed the ship industry in the U.S. is just beyond me.
Remember, too, that the federal government killed the steel industry. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't build a ship with no steel. So there's that factor, too.
Well, I think they just wanted them to be like Christopher Columbus, with their wood ships and going around doing whatever they want.
If they wanted to sail around on just wood, they should have hired Jeffrey Epstein. The guy had constant wood, and he owned an island.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, the idea that we can't allow other people to deliver goods from the United States to the United States, even though all these other countries are able to do it more efficiently, faster. That blows my mind. And the only time that this can be waived, the Jones Act can be waived, is times of distress, like
Yeah.
hurricanes or whatever. They'll allow other countries to bring goods to our ports. But, I mean, if you're talking like any of the islands that the United States claims as their territory, when a hurricane hits, when storms hit, okay, we'll allow it. But why can't we just allow it?
Well, and then in December of 22, they had even more restrictions on the waivers, making it even more difficult to even get a waiver through 4 times of distress. I mean, they're making it so difficult, and I don't know if it's to drive like LTL and trucking. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense other than as a fuck you.
It's it's weird that you bring that up, because when I researched this, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, I was like, oh, that's where long haul trucking came from.
Well, yeah, because before that there wasn't.
There was no
Really?
cross country trucking.
No, it was town to town.
They used navigable waterways to get goods from one side to the other, or it actually even blew up cargo trains.
Right.
Rockefeller was a smart motherfucker. Oh, by the way, Rockefeller was in on this deal because he knew.
Hey, man, you got to make your money somehow.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, folks. Rockefeller knew that there was no way this was sustainable.
Right.
So he lobbied, and he lobbied hard. He lobbied to get this passed because he's like, I like trains. I like trucks.
Oh, I bet he did like trains. When you're that rich, you like all sorts of trains.
Yeah. AKA Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, no shit.
So he lobbied, and he lobbied hard. He made buttloads of money because the trains were full, the trucks were full, because the ships that were affordable weren't American made, weren't American flagged, and weren't American manned. So Rockefeller made a butt ton of money.
Well, and that's bullshit too, because it's 4 to 5 times more expensive to build an American ship under the Jones Act and have it comply as it is to use a Korean or a Japanese ship. I mean, they make it so difficult just monetarily.
Well, all the other countries found more efficient ways to build cargo ships.
Right, but there was no competition in the U.S., so they didn't have any reason to try and innovate. It's kind of like fucking like the car manufacturers.
Yeah.
You know, when it was just American-made cars and nobody was importing cars, yeah, there were some cool cars, but there's also a lot of fucking duds from that era. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at some of those cars, there's only like, say, 10 cars that people think of when they're like, oh yeah, the Mustang, the Chevelle, there's only so many. Whereas now,
But then you look at the Mustang too and the Chevette.
yeah,
It's like a Great Dane got fucked by a poodle.
right. Whereas now, Toyota is huge. There is competition, so there is, driving forces in the price of vehicles, and there's driving forces in what they offer. There was none of that with the shipping industry because of the Jones Act.
No. This was literally corporate welfare. This was the United States government stepping in to save the United States shipping industry.
And then
saying
really fucking
that
it.
we're going to guarantee that you're the only person or the only company that can haul cargo to Alaska and to Hawaii. And if something's got to go to the East Coast, it has to be on, one of our stars and stripes.
Right.
Not like it is, well, in a free society.
I hate saying it because people always... I know how it sounds, but anarcho-capitalism really is the way.
But everybody hears anarcho,
And they think that you wanna blow something
You're
up."
gonna spray paint a big A on my house,
Right. Or you're going to, bomb something.
Yeah.
They think that it's all about destruction when it's really just about having free market and getting the government out of our fucking bullshit.
Be nice to get the Republicans out of my bedroom and the Democrats out of my wallet. I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really did lose ambition researching this one because I already know what it was, and I apologize to anybody listening, but I've been so involved in this for so long that at this point I just don't care, I guess. I hope that I bring awareness to this so people can look it up. But this really is, this is the first form of government bailout. It's the same as the automotive bailouts. It really is the same thing. Well, we're going to protect their industry. You know what? Fuck their industry. If they can't compete, if they can't do the job that everybody else is doing at a competitive rate, fuck them. Let them fail. I mean, I ran a fucking business. If I couldn't do it, I should fail. That's the way shit is supposed to work.
Well, the thing about it is, they're trying to save the American, shipping industry and shipbuilding industry, but in all reality, they're screwing it because now it's costing. This is another thing that blew my mind. It's now costing the average Hawaiian family $1,800 or more per year over what they would have to pay if they lived on the continental U.S.
Look at the price of milk in fucking Hawaii.
I don't know what the price of milk in Hawaii is. Is it like $13 or some shit?
It's about $3 a gallon here. It's $9 a gallon there.
Right.
Because everything has to be shipped there.
That's another thing that's kind of surprising about like Hawaii. You would think that they would have some sort of, we're going to make our own milk, or we're going to make,
They're small, though. The farms there are small.
Are they?
Yeah. And they are regulated by the fucking federal government. So,
Dude, if I was Hawaii, I'd be like, fuck you, motherfuckers.
I'd be like, I'm
Come
Japanese,
make
bitch.
me.
I would. I'd be like, I'm Japanese.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Come make me make my milk how you want me to make my milk.
The cost to run a dairy farm is so exorbitant that nobody wants to do it. And I don't fucking blame them. Our government has regulated shit so fucking tight that if a guy had a herd of cows that could produce enough milk to feed his community, it's going to cost him more than he will ever make to sell gallons of milk.
Right.
He would have to literally sell them for more than what they can ship to them.
The whole thing is ridiculous. I mean, the government just needs to stay out of things because they don't create anything. All they do is take money from people to try and use it for whatever their fucking agenda is.
That didn't take long. We're already on
16 minutes. 16 fucking minutes. Sorry for the short Jones Act episode, but you guys know what it is. It's Mike's harder fucking tax hour over in this bitch.
Yeah. The idea that the government is going to help us, the idea that the government is going to make things better
Or protect us, or save us, or pay your student loans, or give you free money because you have 4 kids and can't keep a man.
Damn, you went all the way down the ladder.
Man, I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of fucking taxes. I'm tired of all of it. And as much as the shit pisses me off, I would be using, if I was some single mom and I was getting fucking 15 grand or 10 grand back on my taxes and I'm only paying in fucking 3, yeah, sure, I'm not going to turn it down. But it's the fact that they have it set up that way to where people can use it is the issue. They're like, hey, we're going to take from these motherfuckers that make fucking 60 to 120 grand a year.
In 1910, 1911, 1912,
The best years.
there were people that were indigent that could not survive on their own. There were elderly people that were disabled that couldn't work.
They were taken care of by their community. They weren't taken care of by the fucking government.
Their neighbors went over and made them meals, tended their farm. And then the government stepped in and said, we're going to take a little bit of your income and we're going to give it to these people so they don't have to scrimp. They don't have to save. And everybody went, cool, I'm done helping my neighbor because the government's going to do it. I'll bet it took about 2 years before somebody was like, I'm going to tell them my fucking back hurts.
Probably not even that fucking long. Somebody fucking fell off some hay bale on their farm and they were like, oh, I heard the government will give me money.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole idea of taxes and how they've implemented it in the country, it rewards participation trophy-esque attitudes over winning attitudes.
So the government steps in and says, I'm going to just take a little bit of your money and I'm going to give it to your neighbor. I know personally that creates animosity.
Well, the
because
problem is...
I absolutely have some animosity.
The problem is, it's not even just, we're going to take a little bit of your money and give it to your fucking neighbor. It's, we're going to take your money, give it to your neighbor because they make less than you, but you still have to pay us in at the end of the year. Why the fuck do you figure out? I put how many dependents I have, and you tell me how much you're taking out of my check. If you fuck up and don't take enough out of my check, that's a you problem. Why the fuck would I have to pay in at the end of the year?
I wish I'd have paid better attention today because I actually heard statistics. The people who receive welfare versus the people who work part-time versus the people who work full-time. It's in the single thousands. The people that receive full federal benefit versus the people that work full-time, they're
within 1,000 people of each other, you're saying?
No, within $1,000, within a couple $1,000.
They make that much off fucking welfare?
Yeah. So if like me, let's say I'm going to make up a number, I make 60.
Right.
Somebody my same age who claims a disability and has a couple of kids, they make 58.
Dude, why the fuck am I working?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking bust my ass 45 to 50 to 60 hours a week sometimes, depending on, what's going on.
Yeah.
All so that I can fucking pay for some fucking hoodlum to sit at home because he says his back fucking hurts.
Yep. Oh, hey, listeners, welcome to the Jones Act podcast. But yeah, you're right. The idea that, I can just say, oh, this hurts, and the government pays me. It's complete horse shit.
I'm just so tired of the fucking government in general.
You seen the meme? Maybe we shouldn't elect a president. Maybe we should take 4 years off and decide what we want to do.
That's what I did. I took 4 fucking years off and decided what I wanted to do.
I'm seriously considering, that's actually a pretty good idea. I know it's a joke, but
I think we just need to fucking start over. That's what we need to fucking do. Too bad it's not that fucking easy to just go, yup, we're going to start over.
No, it's definitely not that easy. When we would literally have to press pause, and there'd be 535 fucking people. You can't do that. Oh, bitch, we can. Have you read the fucking scrolls?
The scrolls. Dude, the scrolls is wild, and that's fucking fantastic. The fucking scrolls.
Yeah. We can do it, and we should do it.
Oh, speaking of, I want to show you something so I can get your candid podcast reaction.
Okay. It better be good, because you're giving dead air at the moment.
Well, there's not dead air because you're talking.
That's why I'm talking, because there's dead air.
Well, you're fucking good at it. This is my the t-shirt design, or at least a concept that I had told you about the other week about a snake with the donkey and the elephant. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure. It's a little abstract.
Well, it's abstract because it's not drawn out. It's just done. It's a picture concept. I just put pictures on, and then lightly drew a snake. But that's kind of my concept, so that you can have an idea. Because when I was trying to explain it to you a couple podcasts ago, you weren't able to envision it. But that's kind of what.
I like the concept, for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be a fucking bitch to finish out with the detail. It's going to take a lot of fucking detail. It's probably going to take me a week or two to actually fucking get done. But now I just need to get a hold of somebody that actually fucking reliably...
Now you got to put a picture of that up in the video part so people can see what you did.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to bring up on the podcast, so that it has some suspense. But now I got to find some place that will do profanity on a fucking t-shirt. Bastards.
Yeah, fuck is protected by the First Amendment? God damn it.
I was just so fucking irritated. Like, put up a fucking sign that says no profanity. You have no fucking sign. I wouldn't have had to waste fucking 10 minutes standing there talking to this fucking 17-year-old fucking girl working the counter.
You trying to get her number or something?
Absolutely was not. I was actually trying not to have to tell her what the shirt I wanted was supposed to say. I was hoping that I could get a fucking adult. Oh, yeah, speaking of, I had to go get some Dial antibacterial soap and some lotion for my tattoo because it's been so long that I don't have any anymore. So I go to the fucking grocery store.
Oh, yeah, we need to fucking put a picture of your tattoo in this episode as well.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking great.
But so I'm walking around the store and I'm like, I need a fucking adult to help me find these. And then I realize I am a fucking adult. I'm like, God damn it. Like, this is what it's like? It's just you looking for a more adultier adult? I was like, this is fucking horseshit.
I've heard some pretty good ones about adults when you reach adulthood and you're like, I don't know how to do this, so I have to talk to somebody, and you're like, oh fuck,
I am that somebody.
I am that somebody. Son of a bitch. In case nobody heard it, the train completely derailed, and we're not talking about the Jones Act anymore.
Yeah, this might be a fairly short Taxes and Jones Act episode.
It might not be short, but it's definitely the Jones Act. The Jones Act sucked. Man, the government needs abolished. Fuck the IRS. Fuck the ATF.
Basically, all 3-letter agencies. Fuck every 3-letter agency.
Yeah, they all need to go.
All you cock-sucking, cuckold motherfuckers that don't fucking create anything.
But hey, we got the Chevron decision this week.
I don't know anything about that.
Holy shit!
You'll have to explain that to me and our listeners.
Okay. Under Chevron, agencies were allowed to be the experts, right? So
Yeah.
they got to say, that's too much fuel consumption, you need to bring it down. The ATF got to say, bump stocks make your shit a machine gun. So that's illegal. The Chevron decision got turned down, and so everything goes back to actual Congress. Hey, if you want to ban bump stocks, you need to pass a law through Congress.
That's how it should fucking be to begin with. You shouldn't just be able to say, I'm a fucking 3-letter agency, so I'm going to tell you what you can fucking do.
Hallelujah. So the EPA, the ATF, the FBI, the CIA, all these little rules they write that suddenly now I'm going to be in trouble for and I have to pay a fine. No. 40 years ago, they passed this Chevron thing where the agencies or the regulating bodies that were above those got to write the rules. And they would simply write a rule, and that was the quote-unquote law. They could fine you. They could close your shit down. It was a bunch of bureaucrats that just made a fucking rule in an office somewhere, and if you violated it, you got fucking penalized. Now, because of this last SCOTUS,
That's what you were texting me about, the SCOTUS thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The ruling now is no. The industry experts, quote unquote,
yeah, experts that don't know how to fucking take apart a Glock.
Yeah, they don't get to make the rules. Like you just pointed out, the ATF, they said a bump stock makes it into a machine gun. I think we've all seen video of the guy on TV who was the head of the ATF who couldn't take apart a Glock, which is the number one famed firearm in the United States. He couldn't take it apart.
No. Dude, I watched a video the other day, and it was a quote-unquote 20-year veteran of the Marine Corps talking about ARs and the way he's holding the fucking gun. I'm not, like, super versed in firearms. I'm still fairly new. I could tell this guy does not shoot on a regular basis, especially not to be a 20-year veteran of the fucking Marine Corps. On top of that, he was telling the reporter that was with him, if you want to put it into full semi-automatic mode, you just keep pulling the trigger. Yeah. Full semi-automatic. Get the fuck out of here with your goddamn propaganda. You dumb, lying cocksuckers.
Dude, if you can find that clip, please send it to me, because that's fucking hilarious. Put full semi-auto mode. Holy shit. Yeah, the fucking head of the ATF trying to pull those two pistols apart.
Dude, I've never owned a Glock. I can fucking take a goddamn Glock apart.
My best friend was a Glock snob.
Yeah, this is a great time to bring up Dave, actually.
Yeah. Dave was a Glock snob. He also was a Glock armorer.
Yeah.
He showed me one time, how to tear down a Glock.
Dude, they're not hard. They're not even like a little bit hard.
I inherited one Glock from him. I wouldn't own a Glock if it hadn't been for him, because I'm not queer. But
Fucking plastic ass guns.
I can take that Glock down 3 times before that guy on television figured it out.
Well, that's because that guy on television is a fucking idiot. And he also doesn't have the fucking qualifications to be the head of the ATF.
Nobody does. That's why Chevron is so awesome. Because now we don't have a bunch of fucking dinglings. But the next bad part is we got to rely on Congress. And they don't listen to constituents.
No.
So
They only care about what is going to benefit them. So whoever's paying the most is going to be the one that fucking wins.
they only care about like stocks and shit. That's why Nancy Pelosi's shit went up 71% over the last.
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
3
I mean,
days.
everybody that wants to get into stock trading should just watch Nancy Pelosi's stocks because
There's a guy on fucking X who
Yeah.
he built a portfolio based on hers 71% over the last 6 months.
well, when you have inside information and that's all you're trading on, of course you're gonna fucking
Yeah, because you're like, oh, we're gonna fucking punish this company.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking tax out of this person's ass and take it and fucking do something to benefit this person, but it's not gonna happen for 6 months. So I'm gonna buy a fuck ton of this stock while it's cheap as hell.
Yep.
Lying ass cunt.
And then some guy breaks into her house and beats up her husband while ass fucking him.
I'm trying to find that fucking video because that video is actually hilarious. I would love to be able to put it into the podcast, but I don't know. I can't fucking find it.
Oh, speaking of video, I saw a really good Hawk Tui today.
Oh, did you? Was it an
Yeah.
actual Hawk Tui or was it just a person going Hawk Tui?
Somebody had printed out her face and put it over the automatic soap dispenser. So when you put your hand underneath it, it spit on you.
Dude, I'm doing that at work.
I was going to talk to our IT guy and see if he could print me out a picture so I could tape it above the fucking. We got one automatic soap dispenser in the whole place.
Yeah, dude,
And I was like,
I'm printing one of those for work because that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they got the part where she's like, Tooey. And so it's a still frame of her, Too. And you put your hand underneath the soap dispenser. Oh, another thing. I saw Hawk Tooey. She ended up on stage with a country music star.
Yeah, Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan. Yeah, that's who it was. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Dude, she's living her fucking best life. Dude, I saw an interview with her where somebody offered someone that she knows personally. They knew that this person knew her, so they offered it to them to offer to her $600 for her to spit in a jar and give it to them. And she was like, I'm not doing that. This guy's weird. I was like, bitch, you have the golden ticket for like the next 6 months. Use that bitch. If somebody offered me $600 to spit in a fucking jar, I'll do whatever you want in that jar for $600. I don't give a fuck.
I saw an ex post the other day that said next week Hawk Tooey's going to be on Facebook, and now we have to explain it to our parents.
Yeah.
So fucking true.
Oh, yeah, because Facebook always gets it last. I can't find that video. I'll have to find it and send it to you. Because that shit was hilarious. Fucking... Oh, right here. Yeah, here, I'll send it to you. It's called... If anyone wants to look it up, it's called CNN Goes Fully Semi-Automatic. It's from 6 years ago. It's about a minute and a half long.
I've probably already seen it.
You might have, but once you see it again, you're going to be like, ha, dumbass. Fucking 20-year veteran. Full semi-automatic. Fuck out of here.
Guy I follow on X, he posts a picture of an AR and he circles the push button. He's like, this is the button that makes it fully semi-automatic. He, like, once every couple of weeks, he posts something like that retarded. Yes, I said retarded.
You don't have to just mull over it, jackass.
So he posts something like that every couple of weeks, and it's trolling. Everybody that follows this guy knows it, but man, you wouldn't believe the stupid people that get on there and be like, that's why they should be illegal. That's why they should be outlawed.
Dude, there's too many uninformed people, and that's what's scary about an election. So many people are fucking uninformed about everything in their lives. They take everything for face value that fucking CNN gives you. They just fucking deep throat mainstream media.
Oh, you're gonna yell at me for saying retarded, but you deep throat shit.
Definitely different categories, but okay. But yeah, everybody just takes mainstream media for face value when they aren't in your best interest. They are in the interest of whoever's fucking paying them, which is the people that are lobbying for certain things for the government to do.
I really wish that more people would pay attention to who's paying who to say what.
Yeah.
Because like you said, the mainstream media, they're being paid. If they're not being paid, they're being swayed.
My thing is, all government finances, not all of them are public record. They should be all public record, but for the most part, they're public record.
Right.
The same thing should be for media. We as people should be able to look at what the media is getting and who they're getting it from, and be able to trace it back to who is actually giving it to them.
Yep.
To know what information is correct. That's a fucking law that I would stand for. I am not one for pass all the laws in the world. We need more laws. That's a law that I would fucking stand for.
You know, if we actually repealed a few, we would get back to that.
Yeah.
I will actually do the research, but I'm a firm believer that there is something that keeps us from understanding because we don't have transparency. I'll do the research. I'll figure it out. But I'll bet if we repealed laws rather than make laws, that we would have more transparency in government and everything.
If we just got rid of the government, we'd have a shitload of transparency.
Oh my God, yes.
We'd be able to
Fuck.
see directly through.
Yeah.
Because right now it's kind of like the old dirty stained glass window of a fucking church, where
Yeah.
you can see the shape on the other side, but you're not sure if it's a man or a woman, and you're not sure how tall they are, what
Or
they
if
look
it's
like.
fucking a child.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas if we got rid of the government, it would be a gigantic pane of glass that is clear.
It would go from opaque to clear.
Yeah, 100%.
Can you imagine a day when we could just, I don't know, sit on top of a mountain in Idaho and not have to worry about the government, shooting our wives, our kids, our dogs?
I can imagine it. I don't know if it'll ever happen in my lifetime.
Or if we're in Texas and the government doesn't, I don't know, light our house on fire.
I love that we always go back to taxes, fucking Ruby Ridge, and Waco. Hey, well, let's make this a thing. What about the fucking Pentagon and that fucking plane that crashed into
What
it?
plane? What plane? That was not a plane. There's no fucking way. That the hole was not big enough.
All
First
the
of
debris
all,
was coming out of the building.
There was no fuselage. There was no engines. Boeing themselves said if those engines had hit the plane, had hit the building, they'd be in the yard, and they're made of mostly titanium. There would be engines laying in the yard.
Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't just burn down.
And let's look at the pictures. There's a giant fucking hole in a building. There's a wooden chair with fucking an open book sitting on it.
Dude, I love that picture. That picture is iconic.
How the fuck did that shit not burn the fuck up?
Dude, that's one strong ass book. That's the strongest book in America. That's what the Constitution should be.
Oh, and no, you want to go even deeper? Fucking Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
The Oklahoma City bombing. Supposedly, fucking Timothy McVeigh lit off a fucking fertilizer bomb outside the building and blew the building up.
Okay.
Okay, why were there two fucking partial legs found in the fucking debris that were in military camo and combat boots? Oh, I know. Because the Clintons had ties to fucking Oklahoma City.
By the way, we are not suicidal.
I don't know this guy, so if he offs himself,
That will never happen. Well, hell, let's go another step with it. I was in college for engineering. I'm right now. I am an engineer. I have an engineering degree. I asked my statics and strengths professor, which statics and strengths is of material. You go through and you learn about how to design things in a way that they aren't going to break. So you also need to.
In other words, he's gonna design shit where the mechanics can't fucking work on it.
Okay, that's a topic for a different podcast. But part of it is knowing attributes of material, such as steel. And I asked him if jet fuel can melt steel beams. And he told me directly to my face, no, it cannot.
Because it can't.
It does not burn hot enough. Which then it kind of sparked a debate in the class, which was hilarious because he and I were both on the same page, but being a professor, he can't exactly be like, I think 9/11 was an inside job. But
9/11 was an inside job.
Oh, 100%. Dude, we are going to get Alex Jonesed.
Speaking of Alex Jones, I watched the bullshit after Sandy Hook, and there are too many unanswered questions.
This is true.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just simply saying there are too many unanswered questions.
You know what gun of yours that you lost was my favorite?
The one that I nicknamed Lanza?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Lanza was a nice gun. That thing was fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's too bad you lost it, though.
Yeah, that thing was... I ordered that like 4 days before Sandy Hook happened. And
So it was you!
I didn't get it till after Sandy Hook.
Allegedly.
So I ordered that damn gun, and then I put a M208 rocket launcher on it, and then I put optics on it. It was heavy as shit. That's why it sank so fast. When it fell out of the boat, dude, it was the first one to the bottom. That sucked. That was a sweet gun. I had trigger assembly and everything. But well, it is what it is. Oh, and then I had that sandstone colored one that I called Sandy.
Nice FD.
Yeah. That one was in 7.62. That one wouldn't have sank so fast, but it was fully loaded when it fell out of the boat. It had an extendo mag. Whole 30 rounds.
Yeah. Dude, I've had a bunch of gun shorts pop up on YouTube, and one of them was how to know if you're a FUD. And it was this dude walking into a gun store, and he's like, you guys have any of those 10-round mags? Nobody needs 30. I just need a 10-round mag.
Oh, there's a gun store that's been doing a whole bunch of shorts. Is it the same company, I wonder?
I think it was Gun Bros.
Because I see a whole bunch of these shorts, what not to do in a gun store.
Oh, yeah, that's the same one.
Oh, yeah.
I keep forgetting we're both on the Mike's Harder account.
That's just hilarious.
Yeah, dude, they are fucking hilarious. And they're spot on.
What not to do in a gun store. Walk in and pull your gun out of your holster.
That or walk in and fucking rack your shotgun and yell clear.
I know somebody that would do that. I'm not going to say his name out loud.
Is it the same one that has had a negligent misfire in his apartment?
No, it's the same one whose girlfriend shot herself in the foot.
We'll have to talk about that after the podcast. I didn't know about that. That's fucking hilarious, though. Oh, shit. Well, you got anything else you want to talk about for the Jones Act? It's getting to be about that time.
I just want to say that corporate welfare has been around for 104, 105 fucking years. We need to stop this bullshit. If you can't compete in the market, it's just time to take you out behind the fucking woodshed and beat you with a shovel until you're dead.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, dude. I'm tired of the United States government floating companies. You're fucking done. You're done. If somebody else can do it better, let them fucking do it. I mean, isn't that what America is?
That's what it's supposed to be.
Let the people that can do it best do it. Now, keep the fucking government out of it. If a foreign entity can do it better and more efficient than we can, get the fuck out the way.
Yeah.
Let them fucking do it. Other than that, I mean, please don't come after me.
If you do, hit us up in the email at mikesharderpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me how much you hate me, because yeah, I'll send your ass to fucking China.
Better than burning their house down, I guess.
Or eating their face.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed listening to us talk about taxes on this Jones Act episode and conspiracy theories.
We're probably going to record an after hours after this, and you'll get to hear what I really think. Exclusive to YouTube, by the way.
All right. I'm Colton.
I'm Joe.
We'll catch you on the next one.